Dudes!
Best
Dudes!
show ever!
Best show ever! We got Pinger on the line, too.
What's up,
Hey,
guys?
Knuckles, gentlemen,
What are we
Knuckles.
doing?
Knuckles.
What are we doing? What are we
Knuckles, how you
doing?
guys
End of the
doing?
season. Man, what's going on?
So,
Doug,
Carl,
how are things looking back at home base? How's that board looking?
Hey, you know what? It's 40. It's 40 degrees here. We're at a peak of the sun, right?
Oh my
man.
gosh. Carl, you are in some secret location. Look at that location.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. You know, I was over playing the piano earlier, just relaxing, getting in the mood. But yeah, I got some children's my daughter's sports, so I have been traveling. But make time for Fire and Brimm, best show ever. So
Absolutely. Well, you're down in FLA, right? You're
I
down
am. Yep.
in the warm weather down there, dude. What is the weather
Man,
like?
I think it touched the high 70s today. It was like 78 and sunny. So it's
Dang,
pretty
that's
good.
pickleball weather, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, hey, pickleball weather.
I haven't had a minute to really enjoy it. Just been on the move, but it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pickleball weather. Oh my gosh. Jeez, that's awesome. Yeah,
No
no,
football
Piggy
this
and I
week,
have been
guys.
talking about pickleball.
And it's
geez.
wow.
Yeah.
Well, we have one more football game
That's it.
until September.
It's well, when is the Pro Bowl? Not that it's a football game.
No,
I mean,
that's
that-
this weekend.
Wait,
The
isn't that in
skills- yeah,
Orlando?
Yeah.
That's
Are
right.
they down here?
Carl, is it in Orlando?
Yeah, isn't it in Orlando?
I don't think they're down here. Did I hear something about that? I think I did hear some talk.
You
about
should
that.
see
Jeez,
like,
you ought to go there.
all the ads are all
That's
over
ridiculous.
No
I
kidding.
feel I didn't see anything like that was promoting it. So
the airport. We have
That's
to
right. No, I think it might be in Orlando.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I
it's
thought they
you
moved
just
it
said
from
that,
Hawaii.
Ping.
I thought they
No
moved it
kidding.
from Hawaii. All the events are going on there.
No, really?
yeah.
Oh, Carl's we have to redirect resources to Orlando, baby, to the stadium there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Carl,
It is,
is it
huh?
down there in Orlando?
Yeah.
I knew it.
I mean, listen, I saw nothing in the airport. I've heard nobody talking about it. I'm
No
here for
advertisement?
cheer competitions.
gosh.
I saw nothing. Yeah, nobody cares.
Really?
Yeah.
NFL, what are you guys doing? I
Yeah.
mean, come
I saw
on.
nothing. I saw nothing at the airport. I didn't even. I mean, honestly, I pay zero attention to that. I could care less about the skills
Okay.
competition.
Because they have flag football
I
and they
could
got
care
all these
less about the
events.
flag football. I haven't paid attention to the Pro Bowl outside of the selections.
Well, we want
Even when the game was being
Pro Bowl.
played towards the end. Like it's been years since I've paid attention to that game.
Hey, Ping,
I don't.
Ping's
I've
here.
never. I stopped picking it. I stopped wagering on it. I've had zero interest. for years.
It's not a game. Of course.
When's
not.
the last time that you watched the Pro Bowl? Was it the 52-50 back like Peyton Manning and what year was that when it was?
No, it was 100 to 99, the AFC one.
Hey, no, actually,
honestly, and I'm telling you, you would think with the NFL. I went through the airport today. There was. I did not see
You didn't
one.
see no ads or any hoopla around
Nothing.
it? Any banners for?
that
That's
is
weird.
amazing. That is
I
amazing.
I
that
don't.
they're
I
not
didn't see that.
publicizing that. You were just there. You're there.
Yeah, because
just
they
in the
have a
airport.
stadium in Orlando.
Yeah.
They do.
Oh my
I don't know which
gosh.
school plays
Jeez.
there. Is it UCF?
No.
Probably.
No,
I
Yeah.
think it's yeah.
University of Central Florida. Yeah.
They have a
Yeah.
stadium there, and they're doing
Because
all the activities around there.
University of South Florida plays in Tampa.
Okay,
So I think UCF plays in Orlando. Right.
right. Yeah,
Oh
I
my-
figured you'd see the ads everywhere. Like it'd be a hoopla.
I mean, Carl, did you bring a Fire and Brimm shirt? Because they just give you a free ticket. You just
Get
walk
your
in.
media credentials, there,
Yeah.
man.
That is
I
media
don't.
credentials.
Honestly, I've been on the. I have cheer competitions for the next 3 days. I don't have time for NFL skills camps. You know, I don't have time for any of that.
Dude, you
Well,
look
know,
tired.
like
run
football.
to Duval County then. You know,
The future of the game that we watch anyway is going to be flag football.
That's right. Ping's right. Go to Duval County.
yeah,
Go to-
yeah, new coach up there.
Yeah, Duval.
I think we lost Carl
Did
there.
we lose him? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. He should be back here in a second. I
Well,
mean,
you know what? You need to upgrade the Wi-Fi at his hotel, Brimmer. That's what I'm saying, bro.
we should have told him to get the package. You can't get the real package, dude.
And you can't expense that on our Fire and Brim account.
All right, he's back.
Ball. Calling my name.
No, we didn't say anything. We said nothing bad about you.
Yeah.
We said nothing bad. Okay, so here's what we're going to do on this show. We're not going to talk about the Super Bowl. We're not going to talk about the records. We're going to talk about all these things that we don't have time next week when we do the Super Bowl show to go over. So we're going to talk about like the Rookie of the Year, the MVP, Coach of the Year, and some other things like that. So you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. First questions. Did you have was there a team that surprised you this year? Like you were really excited about? I mean, like Washington. For me, it was Washington. It was cool to see what they did, you know?
I feel like Washington could. So here's the thing with Daniels, though. Man, he's so electric. He changed the team. But after the Lions game, I thought, wow, this is going to be there's a changing of the guards here from a Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce to Daniels and McLaren and Washington is going to be. Are they going to be our nemesis, our team that we've got to get past every year? And you know, I'm going to be honest. I think we really, the more we move away from that game, I picked Philly in that NFC Championship game, and I think they kind of put the light back on of what Washington really was. They succeed that with a rookie quarterback.
Well, rookie quarterback, right?
Yeah,
right.
And the key is, man, God, I know he's electric, but that style of play, he's not. I mean, he's not Josh Allen. He's not Lamar. Like,
he doesn't have a lot of meat. That Ferrari, it's a pothole.
Every time he runs, all season you be like, because.
What about you, Pheng? Did you have a team that besides the Lions, of course? Okay,
yeah,
that you found.
Let's not forget how exciting they were all season. Let's not forget they were at times.
They were exciting, dude.
Talked about like best team in the history of the league. Like
they were exciting.
Yeah. Don't forget that.
What about like the Vikings? I mean, Skull. They were.
I feel like the Vikings were the most boring 15-2 team I've ever seen. Like,
I think that's valid. I think the Vikings were like they were vanilla. They're like, okay, you got that. Didn't they win the most by like one possession? Like
something like that.
But you would think that would make them. You think that would make them exciting, and I just don't. No, I don't watch.
Keep going.
I don't hang on every play of the Vikings like I do the Lions, right? We don't. So it had to have been exciting for their fans. I just don't remember anything exciting about the Minnesota Vikings.
No, I mean they barely got JJ involved, you know, at all too. So it was.
Well, he was hurt, so he was going to get involved there. Were there any other teams? I mean, just that kind of stunned us as being exciting, you know. I suppose all of a sudden you guys temper it, you know, by being realistic about it. You know, like you said, the Vikings were a boring 15-2, right?
For us, right? Because again, I can think back of more electricity from the Redskins and big wins than I can of the Vikings. And again, now if I lived every play of the Vikings season, you know, I'm sure Vikings fans feel different. How long did we spend not believing in Sam Darnold? How long did it take for us where we were just waiting for a regression back to Sam Darnold?
Like, hey, when is the next shoe gonna fall off? Right.
Right.
So, okay.
You know.
We all knew it.
Did Tampa Bay have a more electric season than you remember, because their fans probably thought they had. I mean, they played Washington toe to toe in that playoff game.
Okay, how about most exciting player? Or, you know, a player that really got you. I mean, you were excited to see.
Well, of course. I mean, you got to think about Saquon. I mean, Saquon. Okay, it's the revival of the running backs, right? Gibbs, Saquon, and Henry. These three boys are bringing back the RB position. That hey, you need a ground and pound to get far into the postseason.
Pheng, I'm with you. I'm with you with Saquon.
James Cook stepped it up for the Bills.
When's the last time that we've seen an NFL player that once he got the ball, you were like, anything can happen. You know,
Guys,
I mean, he could break it over every single time.
You listen, you speak on that. When's the last time a player just broke it open? You need to go back and watch some tape on that. Honestly, I really focused on that the second half of the season. That offensive line for Philly, I mean, I'm pretty confident a lot of people could have been in that backfield and possibly done
absolutely.
what Saquon did.
Absolutely.
That offensive line, they're huge. They are.
Yeah, they eclipsed the Lions' offensive line.
I mean
Gibbs was explosive too, but
it was exciting to see Saquon get the ball. I don't know. I'm with you guys. I think
because he would hit a hole and just be gone. But the holes they opened up, those guys just the offensive line for Philly.
That's yard 8 or 9 right there.
Absolutely ripped it up. All right. So how about a brown bag team this season? I mean, not just one game, but like the whole season. There's a couple I can think of.
Okay. Hold on. My bold pick, the Cardinals. Okay.
The Cardinals?
Down on them.
What happened? What happened?
What happened? Just leave it there. There you go.
Yeah. The Cardinals. Well, okay, Pheng. I'm in the same boat as you. I gotta find their helmet.
Oh, Atlanta?
Atlanta.
And I'll go Cowboys. Can I stop picking the Cowboys ever, please? Jeez, I was saying the Cowboys were going to win that division like 3/4 of the way through the season. They had Cooper Rush at quarterback, and I think I still said the Cowboys.
No, you know what? I think
the Cowboys Kool-Aid.
Here's okay. So Pheng, you got the Cardinals, you've got the Cowboys, you get the Falcons. Yeah,
there's the brown bags. Those
are definite brown bag teams, right?
Yeah,
these guys are all brown bag worthy right here. That's for sure, no doubt about it. Just
failures.
Okay, what about the Jets? I think you could throw the Jets in there. That was a brown bag team. I mean,
they were destined to be they had false expectations.
Actually, you know what, Carl? That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. That was just false. That was frauds. That was pure frauds from get-go.
From the start. Yeah, that was just never gonna. I mean, you just think back to the first touchdown when Aaron Rodgers pushed Robert Saleh away. Remember they were going to celebrate, and he was like,
"I remember that."
Then they tried to make it like it wasn't a big deal. That was a sign where their whole season was going.
All right, I think we chewed it up. So everybody out there, let us know who your brown bag for the season was.
Yeah.
You know, if we hit we admit I picked the Falcons to go to the Super Bowl. Seriously, come on. Jeez.
Yeah, what was that? That's pretty bad. I probably wouldn't have brought that up. You might have been able to just get by.
This still is a serious handicapping show, right? I mean, oh geez.
All right. In the Super Bowl. What?
All right. So how about offensive rookie of the year? All right, you've got these, but isn't it Jaden Daniels just like a lock on this?
Yes.
I mean, and all these are announced next week in Super Bowl week.
Yeah, and we're talking the voting was done pre-playoffs, right?
From what I understand, yeah it's pre-playoffs, right?
See, if you take Jaden Daniels getting the win and then going and knocking off the Lions, if you take those two out, that playing field is level with Malik and Brock.
Yeah,
and.
Well, even Ball, I
don't understand. If you go back and look at Malik's numbers, how did he do that without a quarterback? That doesn't make any damn sense.
Actually, you make a good point there. You make a really good point. He had nobody pitching the ball to him, and he still had a really awesome season.
Well, I would say Brock had a better season than Malik because look at Brock's QB, right?
Yeah.
Brock didn't know what going to him either.
Yeah, he didn't have any.
I'm gonna go Malik Neighbors. That's my pick.
Actually, that's actually not a bad pick. I mean, that's because Brock Bowers, he broke all kinds of records for tight ends, right? And played on a crappy Raiders.
Yep.
You know, Malik played on a crappy Giants.
Yeah.
And Jaden Daniels, I mean, what do you say? He has outperformed. What about Bo Nix? What about Bo Nix? I mean, or was he managed so well by Sean Payton?
Denver's another team that we just refuse to believe in all season, and at some point, it was kind of like Minnesota. Like if you weren't living and breathing it every play, every week, were you like you didn't feel that energy from them.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're for real. We'll see. I mean,
yeah, Sean Payton didn't open him up, but Cliff has got Jaden in the right direction, and he's a QB, so it's gonna go to Jaden.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's hard.
Malik. What are the current odds?
What are the odds? Yeah.
Oh, it's gotta be Daniels.
Daniels has got to be the lead.
It's gotta be Daniels. I can't see how it wouldn't be, but
because
Daniels,
the voting was done before the playoffs.
That's what supposedly it's supposed to be before the playoffs, right?
Yeah. If you got to go back to your pre-playoff thinking, and was it Daniels pre-playoffs? Was it? I mean, maybe. I mean,
season. I mean, you look at the media personalities. Who holds on the ball more? It has more impact. It's just like the MVP. It's like it's going to be a QB. So
I mean, when you look at Daniels,
biased towards Daniels.
He almost had an incredible rookie season, not quite as much as CJ Stroud last year, but really knocking on the door of CJ Stroud, right, Carl?
Yeah, yeah. Dude, CJ Stroud is.
Let's go. OH.
That's right. IO. All right, let's not belabor it. Okay. MVP. Everybody's talking about the MVP. Pheng, who's the MVP?
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow?
Look at the numbers.
It's okay. This is pre. Okay, you know what? This is the year.
It's not supposed to be playoffs.
This is Lamar's what? If Lamar wins it, would it be a 3P or 2P?
Oh, it's like his third or fourth.
Not in a row. Not in a row.
I'm going Lamar for his third one. Probably not in a row. It's
why?
Barkley. I'll go Barkley. You know who's going to get – no, what about Josh? This is pre-playoff. Pre-playoff, it was Josh Allen. Pre-playoff, it was Josh Allen.
So why not Joe Burrow? Why not Joe Burrow or Jared Goff?
Jared Goff. Joe Burrow, you didn't do enough for your team. I mean, I know that doesn't matter, but I would just – it's not going to be Joe Burrow.
He started slow. Started slow.
I'm not going to go Lamar Jackson. I'm going with Josh Allen or Saquon Barkley.
Okay.
I'm going to go Lamar. You know what? I want it'll be interesting because I wonder how many people are almost tired of Lamar in the sense that
true.
He has a great season, but
who will not be.
You don't take the playoffs into account, but I think people are. Show me Lamar. But then Josh hasn't done it, right? What has he shown? He's not, But of course, like you said, Carl, it's before the playoffs.
Yeah, before the playoffs, I think it was everybody thought Allen was going to carry them on his back.
Yeah,
Josh Allen or Saquon Barkley. I mean, and Jared Goff had the number one seed, but it was almost like Ben Johnson had the shine.
Yeah. All right. It's okay. So, Pheng, who do you think?
Lamar.
Yeah.
Carl,
you're saying Saquon?
You got to go Saquon. Almost had a 2,000 yards. I'm going Barkley.
I'll go Allen. All right, everybody out there, tell us who you think it is. All right.
It's not CJ Stroud. I tell you that. Not CJ Stroud.
All right. I love this.
And it's not Kirk Cousins.
That's it.
Coach of the year.
Coach of the year.
Boy.
Dude, this is tough. This is a tough one. You could put up an argument for any one of these guys up there.
Of course.
Guys, pre-playoffs, it's Dan Campbell with what he got through with injuries.
But that's on the defensive side. He's have all the talent and offense. Here's the thing.
Did you see
Carl's got a
chart of their defense, and they still ran to a 15-2. Did you see
Aaron Glenn, baby?
Okay, wait a minute.
Aaron Glenn.
Pheng,
I look at it this way. Who has the least amount of talent?
It's Dan Campbell.
Who has?
I'm going to sign. There's no. It's not debatable.
All right, go ahead, Pheng.
I'm going to say you do the most with the least, right?
Yeah.
My lean is
Sean Payton.
No, my lean is Jim
Kevin O'Connell.
First season back, and he got these boys into the playoffs.
Oh.
Let's go.
Oh.
I'm going to say Harbaugh.
That's interesting. Kevin O'Connell.
He did a good job. He's not coaching here.
Who would have thought that Kevin O'Connell would have taken Sam Darnold guided him as far as they have.
That's true too.
And then Andy Reid, they got the first round bye, right? And they never got out of second gear the whole year, and they still got the first round bye. I mean, so
this voting is done. This voting is done pre-playoffs.
I believe it's all pre-playoffs, right?
Dan Campbell.
Now, to Carl's point, what was the Bengals' downfall? It was basically the defense, right?
It was losing to the New England Patriots in week 1.
But that's true. That's true.
Not being prepared.
But a lot of it, okay, they start slow on offense, but the defense. So somehow Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn guided that Lions team around 16 injured reserve dudes? I mean, that's a whole team. That's a whole defense that they had injured reserve, which is crazy. And they still got the first round bye.
And potentially defensive MVP in Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, the best defensive player in the league.
Yeah, he was leading in sacks to what?
Yeah, we didn't want to believe that loss of that one player. Yeah, losing Aiden, that was going to be eventually the downfall.
Okay, so Carl says Dan Campbell. Pheng, who do you say?
Yeah,
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh. Okay,
he's good, but unpopular pick. But
you know what? I love Dan Campbell. I'm going to take a flyer. I'm going to make it Dan Quinn. And okay, Carl, give me flack about Dan Quinn.
Oh yeah, you spent how many years running that guy out of a job trying to put his kids, in the.
Yep, that's exactly it.
He has spent every year on your fired board.
All right, so let's talk about the
go back and watch some old shows of Doug going after Dan Quinn. He was livid. He went after him with a vengeance. He was foaming at the mouth. Dan Quinn. I think Dan Quinn was the birth of the coach or coordinator segment. Was Dan Quinn.
And then Quinn left, and it was McCarthy. I had to stick my teeth into somebody, right? It's McCarthy. I'm bummed that McCarthy's not coaching yet. Because I want to put him on the hot seat next year.
He doesn't even have a team yet, and Doug's got him fired.
Wait, all right, Brimm, when did we start coach coordinator? We started that back during the podcast days.
Oh yeah, it was.
Someone lit it up.
Yeah,
there was someone that just didn't quite fit. We got to go back and check the podcast.
Yeah, we started that way in the podcast days.
Yeah. I don't remember. There was a coach that man. That's not a coach.
That's it. No, you know who it was? It was Freddie Kitchens. Remember, it was Freddie Kitchens. That's who it was. Carl, we started out with Freddie Kitchens. Remember when he coached for the Browns?
Yeah.
And we said, no.
That's coordinator. Right. He wore the shirt. They started it after that big brawl.
That's right. That's right. It was Freddie Kitchens that kicked off the coach and coordinator. All right. So look at these are all potential right on my hot seat. I just might take off to the right on the hot seat.
Carl's got to go apply for the Saints head coach.
Yeah. We could run that. We could run the show down there.
Why don't we? Okay, here's what I do. Right after the show, we're going to get on LinkedIn. I'm sure there's an opening for the Saints on LinkedIn. Okay, we're going to apply. So New Orleans Saints, it's going to be the three of us. The three of us will be your triumvirate head coach.
No,
and you can pay us as much as is one.
Carl's head coach. I'm OC. Your defensive coach.
Absolutely, I'll be cheerleader.
Give the locker room the halftime speeches. I'll give the post-game speeches.
So, speaking of speeches, what did you think about Ben Johnson being introduced to the Bears? What did you think about his speech, his Dan Campbell sort of speech?
Oh, there's no fire. You can't eclipse Campbell. There's no fire. There's no electricity. It's just
that's what I felt like. Ben was not genuine. I didn't feel like. I mean, I don't know how players respond to him, but I felt like he was trying to be a Dan Campbell. With his, accountability, and he felt more to me like Ralphie from Christmas Story. That was my impression of Ben Johnson. He was Ralphie from Christmas Story trying to talk me into buying him the Red Ryder BB gun.
No, his body language did not translate.
No.
Well through the media or whatnot. But it's like, it's a hard act to follow, man. I mean, you're under the shadow of Dan Campbell. Now you got to come out and rule your team. And
listen, none of these guys had a kneecap biting speech.
That's right.
No. He's under the shadow of Eberflus. I mean, come on.
he said some stuff that just didn't make what? Why would you say, "Oh, I enjoyed beating him twice a year"? Like, what are you going to keep?
Actually, yeah.
What comment is that?
What was that to pull out the Packers like that? What was that singling out the Packers? I mean, seriously, that seemed really weird that he did that.
I enjoyed beating Eberflus 2 times a year. Okay.
It's like he was talking to he was talking to the accountants and stuff like that. They don't tackle and that. I mean, you got to rouse up the team, the players. I mean, it just, I don't know. I was not blown by it.
I think on this list, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Brian Schottenheimer's going to do, honestly. I think Liam Cohen looked a little silly down there in Jacksonville.
But hey, you know what? Liam Cohen, silly, but that's character. That's him being himself. So you can appreciate that. Yeah. Hey, that's what you're getting, right?
I don't know.
You want OEM. You don't want to be somebody else.
Aaron Glenn feels like a really the right fit. If he's got, I felt like Aaron Glenn had the most fire. Like he was like, I was here. This is where I started. This is where I played. This is where I, we're gonna turn it around. We're gonna get this back. I bought the Aaron Glenn speech, and then Vrabel feels like a really good fit in New England.
Oh yeah, you're not worried about Vrabel, Carroll, but Glenn's the adult in the room in the Jets, and that's what
absolutely. You know what? I'm not normally hip on defensive coaches, but I got to admit, Glenn and Vrabel, I can't argue with those. I mean,
I don't want to go out and hire, and this is why I think Ben's going to fail as a head coach. Is I'm not going out there to hire an offensive guy or a defensive guy. That's not how things play out. What was Dan Campbell? Dan Campbell was a freaking tight ends coach. What was his specialty? It's who can run the organization.
Right.
Who can be the CEO. It's not your offensive mind and Aaron Glenn's got to find the right defensive guy to come in and complement his shift.
It's setting a culture. The Bears.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what Dan Campbell and it takes the GM, it takes the head coach, and then it takes picking the right players. And the Lions hit the trifecta, man. They did. They had the head coach, they had the GM, and then they pick the right players. And they do it together, and they've got the same philosophy. And this offensive, who's an offensive mind, then they just came in and they just got it done. Like, what's Andy Reid, right? Defense, he's a Andy Reid is ridiculous. He's just so good.
So what do you?
I don't hold any. To me, whether you're offensive or defensive, that doesn't that holds no water to me.
What do you think about 73-year-old Pete Carroll taking over the Raiders?
So Pete Carroll knows how to run an organization. He knows how to be a CEO. I always feel like he was a player's coach, which is what you need to be. And nowadays is, that's the way. I don't know. I don't know if he's too old. He might. I mean, does he have 5 years of coaching in him, and he's going to get the Raiders to winning ways and then hand off to somebody else?
All I know is, when I get old and have gray hair, I want to look like him because he's in shape, man.
You're not far from it, bro.
Yeah, Pete and I can be brothers.
Look, no. You're a membership card away from joining the same club with them. I'm not going to go there with what type of membership.
Who? If we picked off of this list right here, not coach of the year, but coach of these guys, who has the best season, or who does the best job out of this list right here? And I would say Aaron Glenn. I think Aaron Glenn was the best hire. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. What about you, Pheng?
Oh gosh, for next year, for 25,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Vrabel turns it around. Look what he did with the Titans.
Yeah, I like it too. Yep, I think Vrabel's a great hire too.
And you got a QB up there, so he'll flip the switch.
Bingo. They got a QB. They got a QB.
They got a
quarterback.
Yep, you nail it. They got a QB.
They got a QB. Right.
Let's see what else we got. Okay, draft order. I mean, did you see? I sent you guys a text. Jalen Milroe has 8.6-inch hands.
We say
the average hand size in the NFL, the average is like 9.6 inch. And, the best ones like Josh Allen and Rodgers and, those guys, they had over 10-inch hands. And there is a statistical, the smaller the hands.
Yeah, we talk about that every year.
Ball. I mean,
who's going to pick him up? The Raiders?
Doug's favorite topic
exactly.
in the draft show.
Hand size.
How big people
hand size.
Exactly.
Hand size. It all comes down to hand size. I'm just telling you, don't draft Milroe unless you're going to draft him as a running back. That's it. Don't do that. Will Howard, though, from Ohio State. There's my guy right there. Sorry, Carl.
Second or third day pick.
What about Sanders? Do you think like the Titans or the Browns would draft
Sanders? No, I think you know what happens? The Raiders are going to trade and mortgage their future, move up to get Sanders.
That would be stupid.
That would be stupid. Oh, watch it. It's going to happen.
No, I want the Raiders to go after Hendon Hooker. Put together a package for the Lions to get Hendon Hooker.
Yeah, you've been raving about Hooker.
Yeah, I know. I like him.
Really?
Him.
Really?
Yeah.
You want a hooker in Las Vegas? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not in Las Vegas proper, Pheng. Not in Las Vegas proper.
Pheng, I didn't even pick up on that until you said that. Well, we're going to go to Vegas so I can see a hooker. Okay, so who's going to draft a quarterback?
We got about 2 minutes. We hear footsteps. Somebody comes down those steps over at Doug's house.
I know exactly.
What's going on down here? What are you guys talking about?
All right, so the Titans could use quarterback. The Browns could use quarterback. The Giants could use a quarterback, right? So the first three. So like Cam Ward and probably Sanders would go in the first three at least.
Yeah, but then you got Travis Hunter too, and he's just all talent, right? So maybe the Patriots pick him up to combo with Drake May.
That's actually not a bad combination, is it?
Yep.
Exactly. That's not a bad combination at all.
Right.
The Jaguars, they could use about everything. I mean, they've got a quarterback supposedly, right?
Oh, Trevor.
Supposedly. The Raiders don't have a quarterback. The Jets don't have a quarterback. What do you do about Bryce Young?
Maybe the Panthers move up and take Travis Hunter.
They're going to give Young another go.
They got to give Young some weapon.
You know what? You're right. The kid actually grew this year. I mean, I don't know, not tall, but
he grew mentally.
Yes, he grew mentally. Does that mean he could be a great quarterback? I don't know.
He's showing some signs of life.
Remains to be seen, right?
Too much to talk about before the draft day comes. There's a lot that's going to happen there.
All right, let's wrap it up. Any quick things now? Next week we will get together. The three of us will talk about just the Super Bowl. Just so we make our picks. The board's already set up behind me. It's ready to go. So,
right.
Anything that you're looking forward to between now and next week?
All we did was wait for the Chiefs to fail all year again, and all we did was not believe in the Eagles all year again.
Yeah.
Actually, you're right.
True.
If at the beginning of the year you said, just tell me one Super Bowl matchup you don't want, it probably would be this one.
Yeah.
But as far as my breakdown of the game, I think everybody feels the same way. Nobody wanted it, but my goodness, did we just not give both these teams the credit that they probably deserved?
No, that's true. You got to give respect to Sirianni. 2 Super Bowls in 4 years? You got the number one defense versus Michael Jordan, aka Mahomes. So this is the best product TV show the NFL can put on. But
I don't know if we ever had Chiefs Philly 1-2 in our rankings all season, and that's where they belong.
Okay, so question:
they never did anything to not belong 1-2 all year.
Could the Chiefs have made it to the Super Bowl if they were in the NFC?
Yes,
of course.
Could the Eagles have made it to the Super Bowl if they were in the AFC?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
I think Buffalo or
the Ravens.
They're just as good as either one of those as any of those.
They got talent though. They do.
I'm not saying they don't.
Philly Baltimore would be a hell of a game. Philly Buffalo would be a hell of a game. Philly Kansas City's a hell of a game, but Philly can beat all those teams too. There's nobody that's like saying that they're not as they wouldn't belong in that class. Like that class is too good. They wouldn't have won it. Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would have. They're just as good. You put Baltimore. If you look at our list, honestly, the only team that didn't belong in that list is the Lions. And there's the thing about the Lions. I'm gonna tell you one more thing about how I feel about the Lions. Is the more I've thought about this, when I said that don't compare your Raider pain to my Lions pain, right?
Oh, really? I took some flack about that.
I know, but listen, have the Lions really earned the right to have pain for not getting over the hump because we've been good for 2 years?
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about the pain of not winning it all. Like Super Bowl or bust is our mentality. I'm sorry, but we're not Baltimore. We're not Buffalo. Buffalo has had the pains. If we haven't earned the right.
That's true.
Look, it stung, but we don't have those battle scars yet. We've got 2.
4 straight Super Bowl appearances and all lost.
So we had the number 1 seed and we lost. Oh, what a failure! No, it was not. It happens.
Wow, Carl, all of a sudden, you could tell Pheng, he must have come out of that darkness retreat because he's really
no. He needs to go back because he's still crying.
Yeah, no, the
Lions, wrap it up.
The Lions,
wrap it up.
Here's what's a successful season next year? You win the NFC North. And you get a shot, you're in the conversation, you win the NFC North, you're in the playoffs, and you are a legitimate threat. That's a successful season next year. And if we have a game that goes badly and we lose, nobody's head's on the chopping block.
Yeah.
You can talk about we don't know the health of the players when we get there. But, Pheng, we're going into next year as Lions fans with like a 4th year of excitement. Like what? We're not worried about our draft pick, or we got another season of let's go win this thing. We've got a shot. We're in the mix. We've got the coach, we've got the GM, we've got the ownership, we've got all the pieces.
Boy, I want what he's having this morning, man.
Look, this is how I wanted to close the show because next week we're going to talk about.
I love the positivity here. Now we're run through a brick wall, baby.
Jeez, yeah, really.
This whole everybody banging on Goff and the coordinators leaving. I don't care. We've got the pieces. We're gonna have another fun season. 18 weeks of watching football and being excited. And give me that. Give me that every year. Give me that every year.
Wow, Carl. Well, we're gonna end it on that positivity. I mean, can we get Pheng? You and I.
No, that was dour realism. That was dour realism. Is what that
was. That was. I'm not sure. No, Pheng and I are ready to crush and pound on people and all that. And here's Carl, Mister.
It's true, man. We haven't earned those stripes. Baltimore struggled to get. You look at Josh Allen. Josh Allen in that post-game press conference, man. That man has earned the pain. He has earned the right to feel the pain.
You feel sorry for him. That's for
4 years.
Jim Kelly 2.0.
Oh, man. But, Lions haven't earned that
Kelly
pain
made
yet.
it to the Super Bowl.
We haven't earned. Oh, we lost. Oh, we haven't earned that pain yet. Sorry. We haven't. We haven't. And I'm excited that we're going to have the opportunity to win it all or earn the pain.
There you go.
There you go. Earn the pain.
All right, Jen. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get this
Earn the pain.
Earn the pain.
we want people to tell us what we think about the MVP, Rookie of the Year, Brown Bags, Coach of the Year, that sort of stuff, and then we will convene next week to talk about the game that's behind me right here.
All right.
The game. 1 game left. We'll talk about what our
great game, honestly. I mean, early at the end of the day, people cannot want it, but It's two amazing teams.
What's spread right now? Is it still like
1.5?
1.5?
It's a phenomenal game. It's a great game. It really is. Everybody can say they don't want it, but it doesn't matter. It's a great game.
All right. So listen, guys, we will get this. Like I said, we'll get this out there. We'll get everybody to get them fired up. And as we all say, Carl, I think we have to end it the way that you always end it for us, right?
I want everybody to go earn the pain. Take some winners.
I always love that, dude.
We've earned the pain of being losers for all these years. Now we've got to earn the pain of being winners.
Take some winners. Remember too, this is a serious handicapping show. That's really for sure. All right, really guys. Is. Great seeing you guys. We will get together next week. We'll be ready for the Super Bowl. Hey, everybody, tell us what you think of this week. We'll see you, dudes.
Pick some winners, guys.
All right.
Yep.
Pheng, what's your peace out, right? Yeah.
Peace out.
See ya. Bye.